today's market, what would a bust down AP cost a person?
This one is 75,000 right here. This one I could get for about 45,000. Not sure. This one another 45,000. 65,000. As you know, 18,000.
Cartiers.
Cartier.
Gotcha.
23,000 for the Rolex. Text, AP, doing solid, doing numbers. Like AP, can't go wrong with it. Rolex, you can't go wrong with it. Stick with these three watches. Protect, AP, or Rolex. You will never go wrong. The market went, right? The vacuum with all the watches that just recently during this whole little pandemic, all these things went high, you remember, right?
Right.
So the Cartiers also went high because the demand was so much on the watches and we couldn't fulfill the demand. Your boy King, you know what I mean? We are at downtown Atlanta, the Diamond District of Atlanta at King Diamonds.
I appreciate it, bro. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having us. It starts like, I just want to ask you, man, where you from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where'd you?
I'm originally from like New York, moved down over here in Margarita when I was a kid, but I think I'm from Atlanta now, so you know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, Atlanta will pays me, so that's what I'm gonna represent, you know what I mean?
Facts. How long you been in Atlanta?
Since I was in high school probably, you know what I mean? Since I was in high school, moved down here from New York and been here since.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnicity?
I'm like Indian and Arab, you know what I mean? All that put together in one, Pakistani, whatever you want to call me, I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
At what age do you start like getting into the jewelry? What age do you become like a jeweler?
Probably around 17, like 17. You know, like my dad was like, I need a job. You know what I mean? So for somehow I wind up landing up a jewelry job. So around 17.
What was like the story that kind of just like pushed you into it? That kind of just made you like made you just like diamonds or like jewelry?
I mean, I was good at selling. So I moved down to the Stonecrest Mall and I got a job over there and I happened to be really good at sales. So it just went from there.
Do you feel like this is more so like a family-oriented career path, or do you feel like you have to kind of know people and be connected in, or do you feel like anybody can kind of just hop in this wave and kind of get it going?
You definitely got to know people to get connected in because this type of path is like very closed in. You know what I mean? Usually it's for family orientated. Like, you know, family walked in, passed on from family, but, you know, I was not born into this, you know what I mean? So just got it out of the mud, you know?
What's the upsides to being a jeweler? Like, what brought you to this career? What's like the biggest upside you would think?
The biggest upside to the people you meet, the network you meet, you know, the opportunities open up like to a tremendous amount, you know?
What's some of the cons, like some of the downfalls or pitfalls?
Downfalls of the jewelry industry, you're caught up in too much mix. You don't know, you know what I mean? If you don't keep up with it, hey, you're gonna take that hit, you know? You gotta be making sure you watch your surroundings, you gotta make sure you watch your accounts. There's a whole lot of stuff that you could get fooled in, you know?
Being a jeweler, what's a constant worry on your mind? What are you constantly worried about?
What I constantly worry about, making sure clients' orders are done on time, you know? That's always I'm worried about, making sure the orders are coming in and making sure my product is the best product that I could put out.
Okay. Just like for public explanation, give everybody, just because everybody hears rappers talking about it and just hear the music for all these years, give everybody a good definition of VVS diamonds.
Okay, VVS diamonds, it means very, very small inclusion, okay? A lot of people say that they have VVS's, but they walk around with SIs. I'm just putting you down, you know? SIs is a very small inclusions, then they got I inclusions, you know what I mean? Then you got IF, then you got flawless, just it goes down that. But VVS is considered a very, very small inclusion. You just don't go with the clarity, you also go with the color. So When you take the color and match it with the clarity, that one makes your diamond even more special and more valuable.
Would flawless diamonds be considered the most top tier?
Flawless is always the top
It's the
tier.
toppest one?
Yes.
Okay. What are lab diamonds or moissanite diamonds?
Lab diamonds are basically man-made diamonds. So the diamonds that we sell, it comes from the ground, straight from the mud, straight from the dirt. So the man-made diamonds is made in a laboratory. It has the same carbons, it has the same minerals as the real diamonds, but it is not natural. And also moissanite is just a synthetic glass basically that passes the same, it has the same heat signature of a diamond, so it passes the diamond tester, but it's not diamond at all.
What area in the world do you guys source most of your diamonds or gold, silver, things like that?
As you already
what country
know,
is it?
Right now Russia is closed for business. A lot of diamonds used to come from Russia, but they're closed for business. So the diamonds come from Africa, then they are sent to India, where the diamonds are cut, and processed out and shipped throughout the world wherever it needs to go.
What's some of the most expensive cuts and colors of diamonds? As far as like emerald cut, baguettes, people like that. Like a lot of people flex with baguettes. That's a new trend that came around. So
you have your emerald cuts, you have your, cushion cuts. It all depends. You know what I mean? What do you prefer? For me, the best cut for me, I would say, is round cut, because the sparkle of a round cut could never match anything. You know what I mean? It's just that classic cut that goes a long way.
What brand of watch do you sell the most?
I sell my top selling watches recently are APs, but Rolex, as you know, is the crown jewel of anywhere. If you want to have a luxury watch, your Rolex is your first trophy that you get.
What size Rolex is like the most common? Is it 36 or the 41? A lot of rappers, they're boasting about the 41 nowadays.
Yes.
You can't come around with a 36, they're saying.
Nah, you can't. 36 is more for ladies in my opinion, but it's a unisex watch. It's a unisex Rolex watch. But usually for fellas, you gotta wear a 41.
Okay, you gotta wear a 41. What's the biggest purchase a customer has made in your career? It doesn't have to be recently, just the biggest. You know what I'm saying? You don't even gotta say a crazy number or anything like that, like the exact number, but just a round ballpark.
Around ballpark, like close to a ticket.
You want Mill up in here?
Close
Yeah.
to a ticket, yes.
Can you like explain like kind of what he bought? What was it?
It was like a complete package deal with your chain, with your charm, watch. You know what I mean? A couple of bracelets added in, and a couple of diamond earrings added together.
You came and like drop that one time?
No.
No?
Installments.
Installments? Okay.
Installments,
I was like, I wanted to just.
Yes, not at one time. But short installment. Though.
Short is okay. Got it done quick.
Yeah,
Got it out of there.
quick.
What would you consider your main customer base?
Main customer base. I mean, our culture basically. You know what I mean? Like people that I know from around the way. So a lot of influencers, rappers. I mean, the customer base is just anybody and anybody.
It just spans. It spans all the way out. So
All the way
go
out.
from ball players to rappers to.
Yes, exactly.
Got you. What's the best investment piece a customer could buy just at this time period in the market that we're in right now?
Best investment period. I wouldn't say. See, I used to say watches before, but the watch economy crashed. You know what I mean? So I would say this is still a luxury item. It's based on your preferences, But if you get a Cuban chains, you will always get your money back, in my opinion.
Just a plain Cuban chain or?
Plain chain.
It's a plain Jane Cuban
Plain
chain,
Jane
all
Cuban
gold.
chain, yes, because all you have is the label on top of it. You don't have the diamonds on top of it. Some people don't give you a good amount where you need your money back on diamonds. So plain Jane Cuban chain, solid.
So in that same reference, if somebody was to come in and say like want to trade in their fully bust down watch, you know, the 41 Rolex,
Oh,
whatever,
we
the
buy
Sky
it.
Dollar, or something, would you still buy it? Is that
Oh
still
yes, of course we buy it. Bring it all up.
bring it all up? But
Bring
they
it
just
up.
they're not gonna get what they paid for it though.
I
That's
mean,
just
it
the main
depends on
thing.
the condition and what type of watch it is. You know what I mean? It all depends on the condition and what type of watch it is. So if it's like a nice rolly, box, papers, everything, yes, we cash it out.
In regards to like Cartier glasses, how much do they sell in regards to like other jewelry and stuff like that? Is that still is that a big seller in the jewelry market, or do
Yes,
people
as
still
you
just
see,
go
like a few minutes ago, you were saying
Right.
over here, like somebody wants to get a Cartier buffs done, you know? So they range from about like 2,500 and up, basically, all the way. Like this gentleman want to get something like with 20-pointer diamonds going all across, so that's going to run him about like $6,000-7,000.
Okay, that's decent. That's decent. Where do you see King Diamonds in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, I see King Diamonds probably like making a statement like Jacob the Jeweler did. You know what I mean? If everything works out, making mark and statement like Jacob did.
Bringing up Jacob, was Jacob one of like kind of like the influences like back in the day, like in the 05, 06 era, like era to you?
Of course.
He was one of the ones?
Jacob was, I feel like, if we look back the history on it, he was controlling the whole music industry. You know what I mean? Like he was in every little rap video, in the background, doing everybody's chart. But now he took it to another level where he's doing luxury watches. You know, so just a little elevation.
Like kind of has his own brand of
Yes,
watch, like a
yes,
Jacob watch.
exactly.
Or do you like what Pristine's doing? Like what they're doing with their,
Christina's doing amazing.
Like-
They're following in the same footsteps.
yeah, and the same with the Glaciers. They're just
Yes,
crazy,
insane.
crazy.
I see one of those pristine watches in hand. So beautiful.
You saw one in person?
Yes, yes. I had it in hand. Beautiful, beautiful watch.
Yes. When this is like one of the last questions, what is some of the there's a lot of main jewelers that's out right now that's got the vlogs out on YouTube and stuff like that. Which ones do you just see that are really doing well and like in your eyes like that's a good jeweler? If I didn't shop it myself, I would send customers there. I would shop there.
Man, I followed this guy named Maz. He actually is a good jeweler. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a good inspiration too, because he started from nothing too, just like me. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of jewelers out there. Actually, I have respect for a lot of jewelers. You know, like you see Eliante doing this thing, like #1 in the game. So, and Johnny Dan. A lot of jewelers are doing their thing. You just got to stand on what you believe in and keep pushing. That's what I feel.
What city in the United States do you consider is the best in regards to jewelry, like the jewelry capital, or just maybe has the best jewelry?
Atlanta.
Atlanta? Are you standing on that?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. You know what I mean? Atlanta, man, like, honestly, our jewelry game is totally diverse. Like, people say we're slow to the thing sometimes, but nah, Atlanta, they don't play around jewelry over here. We don't mix our jewelry around here,
All right, I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Rocking with King Diamonds, man. Just let them know what you got going on and, where they can find you and stuff.
First of all, I want to tell you thank you for having us over here, you know what I mean? Follow my guy, and you can also follow me on King Diamond Customs on IG. If you got a King Diamond vlog coming very soon, stay tuned. A lot of beautiful stuff coming up, a lot of more pieces coming up. Stay tuned.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it, man. Next time, till next time. Thank you.
Sure.